저는 토라 포션을 12년째 이제 매일 성도들과 함께 새벽 예배에서 이렇게 나누면서 그 은혜의 자양분을 말씀의 어떤 깊숙한 곳에서 그렇게 끌어올리는 그런 기쁨들을 누릴 수가 있었습니다. 교회가 잘 버티고 또 성장할 수 있는 데에 굉장히 뿌리와 같은 역할을 한 것 같습니다. 토라 포션의 그 특징은 이게 지금 나의 삶과 그대로 연결되어 있다. 여기에 이런 의미가 있고 또 여기에 이런 부르심이 있고 지금 우리 삶과 또 우리 자녀들의 앞날과 연결되어 있다라고 하는 것을 이렇게 깨달으시면서 그 관점이 변화되는 것, 그러니까 일종의 세계관을 바꾸는 약이라고 할까요? 완전히 새로운 변화가 삶에서 일어난다라고. 절기나 또 계절이나 지금 이 시기에 주님께서 우리 가운데 이 말씀을 주시고 계시는구나, 몰랐던 그런 부분들, 또 전에는 감추어져 있던 그 말씀의 어떤 보석들을 찾는 그런 기쁨들을 말씀이 실제가 되고 말씀에서 우리가 나오고 우리 말씀으로 돌아가고 그런 어떤 연결들이 있는 것 같아서 재밌기도 하고 감사한 마음입니다.
한 나라의 문화적 수준 그리고 복지 정책의 수준을 평가하는 데는 그 나라가 장애인에 대한 예우 그리고 처우, 장애인에 대한 치료와 또 교육과 재활 그리고 사회 진출을 어느 정도 관심을 갖고 교육을 시키느냐, 체계적으로 하느냐, 이것이 매우 중요한 평가 요소가 되기도 하죠. 그런데 이스라엘에는 30년 전부터 그들을 치료하고 또 재활하고 그들이 사회에 진출할 수 있도록 교육시키고 그 체계적인 교두보를 마련하는 그런 재활단체가 있습니다. 바로 장애인 교육센터 샬바 국립센터라는 곳인데요. 오늘은 샬바 국립센터의 개발 디렉터인 엘리 맨델바움 씨와 함께 이스라엘의 장애인 교육 그리고 장애인 취업 이런 부분에 대해서 장애인 실태와 장애인 정책에 대한 이야기를 좀 자세하게 들어보는 시간을 갖도록 하겠습니다. 어서 오십시오. 반갑습니다. 자, 제가 조금 전에 그 샬바 국립센터에 대해서 이렇게 잠깐 간단하게 설명을 하긴 했지만 엘리 씨께서 직접 한번 샬바 국립센터에 대해서 좀 소개를 해 주시죠.
So the story of Shalva started 35 years ago. A father and a mother had an healthy baby, and when he was 11 months old, he got a faulty vaccine. Because of this, he became blind, deaf, and hyperactive. During many years, this kid was not able to communicate with anyone because he was locked in his world. He was blind, deaf, and hyperactive. And the parents said, God, if you give us an opportunity to communicate with our son, we promise we're going to dedicate our lives to kids in the same situation. A few years go by, and this kid was 8 years old. He had a deaf teacher that was teaching him sign language. And this teacher worked on one word only to say table in Hebrew in sign language. After a few months, he got the break to communication and he started to understand, what is the world, what is happening here. And the parents said it's time to pay back. And they said we need to do something for those kids in the same situation, and they established Shalva. Shalva is giving services to a wide scale of people with disabilities. It can be autism, Down syndrome, and others. And now in the war, we gave different services to people that were evacuated, soldiers that were injured, and other things that are related to the war. So Shalva, it works also as a crisis center recognized by the government, and also as a place, a national center for disabilities, also recognized by the government as a national center.
샬바 센터가 이제 처음에 말키와 그 칼만 사무엘이라는 그 부부에 의해서 이제 개인이 시작한 건데 지금은 어떻게 국가에서 운영하는 그런 조직으로 이제 성장이 된 겁니까?
So in the beginning, it started with 5 kids as an afternoon program, a very small program. And during the years, Shalva, because their experience, their personal experience of Kalman and Malki, they understood that the idea is to give a place that will be a one-stop shop. The parents come with a baby, they have all the services, all the therapies in one place, and then the kid can stay in the system until 120 years old. And this idea was something new around the globe, and people were really excited. So very fast, this idea grew, and people started to request, instead of waiting for one doctor 2 months, another doctor 5 months to go to different places, you have everything in one place. This was really something advanced and something new. And parents started to come. You know, in the beginning it was 10, 20, 30. Today, over 1,000 kids every day are coming and getting services. This is besides other, adults and other people that are getting the services. And this is amazing. From one dream of Kalman and Malki, it became something that around the globe people are learning the method how to take care of people with disabilities.
그럼 지금 현재는 몇 명 정도가 거기서 교육을 받고 있습니까? 장애인들이?
We speak about Shalva in numbers just to get a perspective. You have over 1,000 kids that are coming every day, over 500 employees that are getting paid salary every day that works in Shalva. You have over 200 national service girls that instead of doing their army services are doing their service in Shalva. And you have around 300 volunteers, some of them from America, Canada, and other places around the globe, and some of them are locals. And we have around 20 apartments, besides the Shalva Center, that is a youth center in Jerusalem. We have around 20 apartments in the area that people that are over 18 live in those apartments and are getting the services like work and other things in the Shalva Center. So Shalva really impacts a huge community, and a lot of people are coming and getting our services.
뭐 우리나라에도 그런 장애인 교육센터가 있고 또 뭐 외국에도 많이 그런 게 있을 텐데 다른 나라의 어떤 장애인 센터하고 또 이스라엘에 있는 그 유대인 장애인들만을 위한 그 센터 어떤 특별한 차이가 있을까요?
The idea was before the mother gets birth to a kid with disability, sometimes you can know before you have the baby, she can come and get advice at Shalva, and then the kid can stay in the system all his life. And this is something unique. Every place in the world that you will go, I think even in Korea, you have a kid with disability, you need to take him to different facilities. Here you go to one facility, you get all the therapies, all the treatment. The parents can get different treatments. So everything in one-stop shop. Because of this, we have many countries around the world that are collaborating with Shalva, and the UN, the United Nations, is recognized Shalva as a center for disabilities because the unique method that Shalva is using. And this is something new in that era, in this field.
샬바의 창립자이신 그 말키하고 칼만 사무엘 그 부부 사이에 있었던 아들, 둘째 아들이라고 제가 이제 들었는데 요시 같은 경우는 이제 어려서 백신을 잘못 맞아서 이제 그렇게 장애인이 된 케이스인데 어떤 사고나 이런 걸로 인해 장애인이 된 그들을 위한 프로그램도 있습니까?
So for your answer, yes, there is a lot of stories. I can give you one example of a girl that was a normal kid. She fell in a mall in Jerusalem from the 3rd floor, and she became with disabilities. And she came to Shalva. In the beginning, she was like a baby, and slowly, because of the treatment, she got better, and now she's like 8 or 10 years old. And this is a part of our services, giving services also to people that became, because sometimes people are drowning in a pool, kids are drowning in a pool, and because they don't have oxygen, something happens to their brain or other tragic stories, Shalva is giving help also to those this kind of people.
그런데다가 이스라엘은 우리가 맨날 뉴스에서 듣기로는 여기저기서 이제 테러도 자주 일어나고 또 하마스와의 전쟁도 치르고 있고 또 헤즈볼라하고도 전쟁을 치르고 있고 그러다 보면은 이제 테러로 인해서 나이와 상관없이 부상을 당하거나 심지어 장애인도 되고 또 전투 현장에 있던 그 이스라엘의 젊은이들이 심할 경우에 전사도 하지만은 또 많이 부상을 입으면서 불의하게도 또 이렇게 장애인이 되는 경우도 많이 있을 겁니다. 그런 분들도 그 샬바 센터에서 이렇게 치료하고 재활하고 그러고 있습니까?
So Shalva, from the beginning of the war, started to operate and giving different services related to the war. We got people that were evacuated. We gave different therapies to people that were evacuated and injured. And we have a special program, a swimming therapy, that wounded soldiers are coming and having this therapy and are becoming much better. And this is just a small part of many things that we are doing from the start, from when the war started.
제가 듣기로는 이스라엘에서는 장애인들도 군대 간다 그러던데요.
Yes, so a part of the Shalva program is also to implement people with disabilities inside the army. Some of them that has, let's say, autism are good for analyzing maps. They are better than regular people for analyzing maps. They have this sense of seeing a map and understanding it much faster than what we do. And every kid and adult with disability has something that he can give and contribute to the army. And not only to the army, also to the fire department and other things. And that's amazing because they feel like they are equal in the society, like they are like regular people. The army and other different places are getting a huge service from those people, so it's a win-win situation. And Shalva is proud to be one of a few organizations that are doing so in the army.
그런 면에서 보면은 이스라엘의 그 샬바 센터 같은 경우는 다른 나라에 비해서 굉장히 그 임상 노하우, 경험들이 많아서 다른 나라에도 이런 것들을 이렇게 전수해 준다든가 가르쳐 준다든가 이럴 수도 있을 것 같아요.
So Shalva has many centers that we share the knowledge with. Now for the first time we are building a center in Frankfurt, Germany, because was a huge demand that we will take care of this center and make it like the Shalva Israel. And many centers around the globe are using our knowledge and our research. We have a very developed research center in Shalva. And we are happy to share this knowledge because we believe that sharing is caring, and we are happy that other communities are benefiting from our years' experience.
제가 듣기로는 이제 엘리 씨는 지금 현재는 샬바 국립센터에 계시지만은 그 전에는 YNET이라고 하는 이스라엘 언론사에서 기자로 활동을 하셨다 그래요. 그 YNET에서 주로 어떤 분야에서 취재 활동을 하셨습니까?
So for many years my career was a journalist. I loved it from the first minute. I was covering from breaking news to colorful stories. I was working in YNET, that it's one of the largest news outlets in Israel, and I was also doing documentaries for the different TV channels. So most of my work was breaking news, going from one terror attack to another demonstration to another clash, things like that. But I was doing also different things in different fields that gave me also a wider perspective because I speak French and English. I had the opportunity to go abroad also. So I was doing during those years many different things, and I had experience in many fields, but most of my time was breaking news. Israel is known as one of the you have the most breaking news around the globe. So you need to be all the time prepared that something will happen. I live in Jerusalem, so always you have something happening in the Muslim quarters or the Orthodox quarter. Always things are happening, and it's fascinating. You learn a lot, and I loved it. I was in the White House, I was in the Kremlin, different places, and really had a lot of adventures. And I still have in me this thing, you know, of being a journalist. It was my dream when I was young, and during 20 years, it was my full-day job.
YNET이라고 하면은 그 이스라엘에서도 굉장히 유명한 TV 방송국이고, 또 저도 가끔 그 YNET 프로그램을 브레이킹 뉴스도 보고 그랬었는데, 그 YNET에서 그렇게 그 저널리스트로서 활동을 하셨으면 뭐 소위 말해서 이제 어느 정도 사회적 안정적인 그런 위치까지도 갔을 거고, 또 월급도 많았을 텐데, 또 그만두고 지금은 이제 현재 그 샬바 센터에서 일을 하고 계셔요. 굉장히 분야가 다른데 특별히 이렇게 YNET에서 그 저널리스트로서 활동하다가 지금 샬바 센터에서 이렇게 장애인들을 위해서 일을 하게 된 어떤 그 인생의 전환점을 갖게 된 특별한 계기가 있습니까?
My turning point was 3 years ago. I was going to meet someone 12 kilometers from Jerusalem. Next to a place called Beitar, and I was waiting for this person in my car, and I was reading messages from my work, and I was completely focused on my phone. I didn't look anything around. It was 10 o'clock at night, everything dark, peaceful, and suddenly I heard very loud explosion, boom, boom. I didn't know what is happening. It took me a split of a second to understand that something terrible is happening. I left my phone and I saw 5-6 people that were with mask covers. They were running towards me, throwing Molotov cocktails toward my car. So all the field around me was already on fire, and I started to take my car to go out of the field, so my right window broke, and a burning Molotov cocktail got into my car. I was so stressed, but I said to God, please help me, get me out of this field and save me. I have family, I want to live. And I took all my strength and I went out of this field while they are running, but because I was so stressed, I went into a security fence of the road. You know, there is a security like that, you don't fall from the road. And because also I was stressed because it was a fire next to me, so you don't understand really what is happening. So I went out of the car, started running by foot to the main road, and there people came and rescued me and helped me. And the army came and other forces, and I didn't know that those injuries that I had was very small injuries. This is just a small thing that will happen to me. A few months goes by, and during those months, I felt that I'm not like I used to be. There is something happening with me. I'm not me. Every noise makes me scared or things like that. So I went to a professional, and they spoke to me and they told me, listen, after a few meetings, we recognize you have trauma, you have PTSD, you need to take care of it. And one of the things, if you want to take care of it, you can't work in breaking news that gets you every time to the same place that you were a few months ago. You need to take a break and to leave your career and start something else, or try to do something else in this career that is not involved or going to terrorist sites or things like that. And I took a decision that for my health, I need to give up on my career that I loved and I did for 20 years and to start something else. And I left my career as a journalist, and I started to establishing my company that I still have, that does PR and strategy. During this time, Shalva reached to me. I had connection with them before. They came to me and told me, listen, you have more time now. During the years you wrote about us, you helped us, but you have now the opportunity to help us more, and now we are struggling, please help us. So I started to helping them, connecting them to my friends. During the years as a journalist, I met many people, and you know, I had some power, so I started to connect them to different people and helping them, and I started to be more and more involved, and I'm lucky because it's a part of my healing, telling the story and bringing, you know, the love to Israel from different places around the world that aren't Jewish, and I feel lucky and blessed, and thank you also for sharing this and giving the opportunity for other people to know about Shalva and to know what we are going through in Israel.
엘리치가 겪었던 그런 아픔, 경험, 그런 걸로 인해서 생기는 그 정신적 트라우마, 현재 이스라엘에 살고 있는 분들 중에 그런 그 정신적 트라우마를 겪고 있는 분들이 많을 것 같아요.
So yes, a lot of people are facing trauma in Israel. I say to all my friends, there are some people that feels they are macho, not going to a professional, they went through a terror attack or something else, and they say, okay, everything is okay, we can continue our lives. My message to them, also people that are in Korea and suffering from different things as trauma, they should go to someone professional. Don't say it's something small, it doesn't affect me. You should go to a professional because this will change your life. And I spoke publicly about it, that I go to therapy and I'm taking care of myself. And many of my friends that were serving in the army and got injured or other things, they went through terror attacks and other stuff, told me, thank you, Eli, because now we have the courage to go and take care of ourselves, because some people have this in their mind, you know, to going to a therapy, it means we are crazy, we aren't normal. But I say to them, if you want to be normal, you need to take care of yourself. And this is a massive change now. I see from the beginning of the war, people are recognizing that they are going through things and going to professionals. And there is a lot of people like that, but this makes their life much better if you speak about it. So suddenly you're less angry, less stressed. You can take care of your wife and kids or your girlfriend. And that's amazing when you are aware that there is solution for it.
그렇게 트라우마를 겪고 고통 속에 있는 분들을 위해서 이스라엘 정부에서도 나름대로 뭔가 대책을 많이 준비하고 있을 것 같아요.
So soldiers that are injured are getting services, but civilians that are getting injured are going through a long process. Sometimes they don't get any treatment. So in the end, if you want to take care of yourself, if you are a civilian and not a soldier, even soldiers, because there are many, they need to wait a long time. But civilians, it's a completely different story. It's even harder. So you need to go to a private clinic and take care of yourself. Shalva, because of this, is giving services, the swimming therapy, because we understood that they can get those services, but they can wait a year or sometimes even longer in their cases. Not everyone, there is like critical cases that are taken care right away, but those people are less critical and needs to wait a long time. So we are giving them services with no charge inside our centers and also other organizations, and that really is helping those people because they get the service right away and they can get back to life much faster.
그럼 엘리 씨께서는 지금 그 주 수입은 비즈니스를 통해서 이제 수입이 생기고 어떻습니까? 샬바에서도 뭐 월급이나 사례를 받습니까? 아니면 오히려 샬바에다 돈을 내고 있습니까?
So Shalva pays me my expenses, but to provide for myself, I have my business and I'm making my living. I have different clients in different fields, most of them outside from Israel. And the PR that I do in my private business is English. It's for the English news outlets. I'm blessed that I can still work in my career, but in the other side, not as a reporter, but as a PR person.
이스라엘에는 그렇게 엘리 씨처럼 비즈니스도 하고 샬바에서 또 이렇게 일도 하고 이렇게 같이 일을 하는 경우들이 많이 있습니까?
It's very common in Israel that people are doing this. I can tell you my father that is a physics professor is very known in his field as a physics professor, and he volunteered in Shalva before me for 35 years. So I was inspired by my father that had a beautiful career and still found the time to volunteer in Shalva during many years as the head of the Israeli board. And my mother also volunteered in different things, my grandmother and father. So this is something, a part of our culture, that if you can give to the community and if you can do something and provide also for yourself, you should do so.
한국에도 이렇게 사업하시는 분들이 많이 있거든요. 그런 분들도 이렇게 엘리 씨처럼 어떤 기관에서 발란티어로 일을 하는 거 적극 권장하실 수 있겠습니까?
If you want to feel fulfilled, you want to feel satisfied, wake up in the morning with a purpose to your life, do something for the other. It doesn't make a difference in which field for who you're doing it. If it's homeless, people drug addicts, or anything else, if you do something, I promise you your life will change. I didn't realize how important it is before I started doing this. But I can tell you, this changed my life. I'm happy. I am with purpose. This is the most important. You wake up, you know, for what you are in this world. When you have material success, in the end, you always want more. It's like addiction, but you're never satisfied. So you have $1 million, you get a mansion, and then you want a nicer mansion, and it doesn't stop. But if you have this spiritual thing, it will make your life so happy and full that I recommend it to every Korean. You should find your niche, what you like, what you can help the others in something that you feel that you can contribute, and you should do it.
3년 전에 그 사건이 일어나지 않았다면 지금쯤 엘리 씨의 모습은 어떤 모습이었을까요?
So Brett, thank you for asking this, because I would continue in my life and I won't realize that I am living a life but not the real life. I was continuing and happy that I met this president or this prime minister and doing another successful story that a lot of people saw, but I didn't know you can get so happy and full of life from something different. Just when I started to be involved, to help Shalva and to do something that with a meaning, so then I realized how important it is. If not, I would continue my life, my career like everybody, and I wouldn't understand that something is missing. I can tell you that always I felt a bit emptiness because, as I said, with material stuff, you never get happy because you have something, you have the newest iPhone, then a new iPhone comes out, you want the newer. So always it's a chase. But here, you don't chase after anything. You're just doing something good, and it makes you happy.
그럼 지금 샬바 센터에서의 하는 일 만족하십니까?
So one thing I can tell you, that Shalva healed me. I feel much better. I have a purpose to my life. When you do something good, you feel different. You don't have any adventure in the world that you're gonna do. I just came back from Thailand. I had a dream for years to ride elephants and to pet a tiger. I did it a week ago. I didn't feel anything. But when you are helping people in risk, people with disability, people that were evacuated from their homes, you feel born again. You feel different. And I'm thanking God every day. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. When I was injured, I didn't understand what a blessing it's for my life. I was sad. I'm losing my career of 20 years for something that you don't know what the future will hold for you. And when I had Shalva, I started with Shalva, suddenly my wife, my family told me, listen, Ellie, you aren't like you were. You are the happier ever. This is something, if you have something spiritual success, this is the most happy and most satisfied moments that you can have.
우리 브래드TV 시청자들은 이스라엘을 사랑하고 또 이스라엘을 위해서 기도하는 분들이 많이 보고 있거든요. 지금 이 시점에서 브래드TV 시청자분들이 이스라엘을 위해서 기도한다면 어떤 기도를 해드리면 좋을까요?
So first of all, each one can pray for whatever he thinks Israel needs. Every gift that you pray for Israel, it means a lot. Everyone should pray with all his heart, for better days. And we hope that soon we'll have our normal life. People that were evacuated from their homes will be back. The hostages will be back. Our economy will go back to normal. And the Korean will return to visit Israel like they used to before the war.
알겠습니다. 오늘 이렇게 어려운 발걸음 해주시고 샬바 센터에 대한 이야기 그리고 또 개인 간증 이야기도 해주셔서 너무 고맙습니다. 다음엔 또 이스라엘에서 만나 뵙도록 하죠. 오늘 이렇게 시간 내주시고 인터뷰해 주셔서 고맙습니다.
Thank you very much, Brad. It was a true pleasure, and we hope to see you in Israel and inshallah.